In this video, we're looking at how to chroma key simple stuff using Final Cut Pro 10. After we've imported our video, we're going to do a preliminary color grade in order to improve the green screen selection of our keyer. So we're going to press the color inspector, go to the color board, and adjust our exposure and saturation a little bit. I like to have a good base for my final grade even before I apply the keyer. Then off we go to the hue saturation curves. Here we're trying to make the green screen pop out as much as possible so that it's nice and easy for our keyer to pick it up, without having to use any adjustments. Here we go, I think this looks nice. Next we're going to go to Effects, Keying, and apply keyer to our clip. Really nice job from the start here. It's an easy image to key anyway, as the girl is wearing a uniform color, a nice rich red, and her hair is also tied back. And it's a dark color, so it's not going to get spilled from the green background at all when she moves. We do have a bit of an issue at her feet here, the shadow her dress creates with the floor. So we're going to go to the keyer and press the sample color tool, then select the gray bits that we want the keyer to mask out. Now I'm going to repeat the action that I just did, only disabling the layer beneath the image first, so you can see the gray areas better on a black background. You probably want to crop out the set from your image from the beginning, actually. It's important to note that the sample color tool works with keyframes, essentially. This means that we can take different shades of green samples at any frame that we choose. We can jump from one keyframe to another by pressing the arrows from Jump to Sample. Once we're happy with that, we need to adjust this riddle bit here, which brings us to the other super useful tool, Fill Holes. We have to play around with this a bit and see how it affects the whole clip. Even though we can add keyframes here as well, it's a pretty tedious deal, so I'd suggest you find a good compromise for the whole image and use that value. To make things more interesting, we actually have a second character entering the scene at some point. So let's see if this fill hole setting works for him as well. Our image still looks pixelated, as you can see. The edges are kind of chunky, but this is probably because the clip isn't rendered. So let's quickly go to Modify, Render Selection. It looks much better now, but it's still a bit blurry. You can try to go to View and set it to better quality. And yep, here we go, this solved our problem, everything looks good now. I still have some chunks of shadows under his slippers that are bothersome, but I'll show you a way to deal with that in another tutorial. You can also play around with the matte tools and see if your image can do with some softening or eroding. In this case, I think not. Here's our final result. I think it looks pretty good. Thanks for watching and tune in for the next tutorial, Finessing Chroma Key, to see how we can improve our results from this to this.